Welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where our mission is to provide education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration. USA Global TV and Radio connects you with experts and audiences all around the world every single day to help you succeed in business and to live a richer life. Visit us at usaglobaltv.com to learn about career and life-changing training and mentoring programs like the Listening Mentor. Subscribe to our newsletter to stay informed about our special programs and offers. Discover how you can become a guest on one of our shows or a host or producer of a USA Global TV and Radio show of your very own. That's USA Global TV and Radio, where the doctor is always in.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio in partnership today with E360 TV. My name is Caroline HEWARD and I'm your show host today. Our show today is A Woman's Prerogative. So wherever you are, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, because I know we truly are a global station. We are a station that gives hope, inspiration, useful hints and tips, insights, advice, and some really profound sharing at times, some really profound internal sharing from our expert panel. So today we have a really interesting show for you. Our topic today is the glamorous life in television. And just backstage, I was sharing a little bit about my glamorous life in television and had the girls laughing. And they were interested to hear more. We shall share a little bit more with you as we go on in the show. Today is the 15th of January, and it is a time of great beginnings for people. This is very early in January, and yet it is still halfway through the month. And what I want you to do is find things to be inspired by as you move through your January and as you continue your year. Today, I'm really pleased to bring on my expert panel. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on our first panelist, all the way from New Zealand, our wonderful panelist, MARISKA de PREEZ.
Hello, Caroline, and all our loyal and new watchers and listeners. It is wonderful to be here.
Absolutely. And I forgot to say that, so thank you very much for reminding me. A very warm welcome to our new people, as well as our people that are here for the first time and our loyal watchers. So MARISKA, please do share with our new viewers, as well as our loyal viewers, something about you, what you do, how you help people, and more importantly, your contact details, how they can reach you.
Well, thank you for that, Caroline. And I am a leadership development partner. So I partner with you to help you grow within your leadership space. I especially work with those individuals that move from a specialization into leadership, because that can be a very tricky transition. We go to university, learn all the things that we need to learn, pour our hearts and souls into it, and hopefully we have done that because we are really interested in the subject or the area of expertise. And then at some point, we need to start to lead teams, or we need to start to step up and do a little bit more of a people involved type of job instead of whatever the specialization is that we initially went to study for. And of course, we didn't study for the leadership piece of it. So that is where I come in to help you out with bringing a little bit more humanness to your leadership style, and also understanding how to do that, because not everybody is extroverted and feel like they can handle a whole bunch of people and inspire them to greater heights. Some of us are a little bit more introverted and do not always understand how to do that in a way that feels good for us. So that is what we do and how I might be able to help you. So if you are stepping into leadership, or you are already in leadership and you want to up your game, you are more than welcome to get hold of me via my email, which is mariska@journey2discover.com, or alternatively, you can also find me on LinkedIn. And there you can just write me a message and we can start our conversation. Of course, I also have a talking heads here on US global TV and radio. My brain is, for some odd reason, getting some speed bumps today. So you are also welcome to go onto our YouTube channel and have a bit of a scroll through there. There's a lot of other interesting talking heads on the platform as well, and you never know what you might find. It's a treasure chest of information, as Caroline mentioned earlier, and that's me. Ooh, Caroline, you are muted.
Thank you, Mariska. I love the fact that we are truly global, the way that where you're coming from, New Zealand, and where I am in the UK, we couldn't be more posingly apart. It's a different time of day there, isn't it? It's morning there and it's nighttime here. But thank you. We are very much a global and educational channel. So without further ado, I'd like to bring on our final panelist, which is Dr. Madalene Chan. She's all the way from London. Welcome.
Thank you, Caroline. Thank you. Hey, Mariska. I'm so happy to be here on USA Global TV and E360 TV. Very, very happy. Yep. So, Caroline, you were saying about me to share.
Right. Would you kindly share with our new viewers, especially the new viewers, as well as our returning viewers, a little bit about you, what you do, and how you help people, and very importantly, how they can contact you?
Okay. Now, I'm known as a creative soul heart awakener, purely because I've been in the industry as an award-winning singer-songwriter and an artist. And my life has been revolved around the voice. So the external voice and the inner voice, which is our emotions. So and our heart voice. So what I do is I help people connect to their inner voice, their inner childlike essence, as well as connect to their creative genius. And I can help in areas of, if you want to connect to that inner voice and sing that song you've always wanted to sing. Also, if you want to write your own life story into a song, we have the team. I work with a fantastic team of musicians and producers, and we get together from Songs for You, and we help to bring out your song, your story into a song. At the same time, I'm also a collaborator, novelist with Dr. JACALYN for the Creative Hearts Awakening. And we featured 12 creative hearts, special individuals that were specialized in what they were their passion projects, what propelled them to go forward in life and to help share their story and make an impact with their creativity, coming from the heart rather than the ego. And then I have Star Child here, which is a children's fantasy, teenagers, about saving the world, basically what's happening right now in the world. So this is on Amazon. My main work is being spiritual in the way that I only know how to relate to life from a heart center. So I lead with my heart, So I have the divine mind, divine heart. That's what I work with. And that's, I help to balance your external world and your inner world to have the life that you so richly deserved, rather than being controlled by the outside reality. So that's what I am. I'm a soul heart awakener and a creative heart awakener, and that's what I do. You can reach me on LinkedIn, Dr. Madalene Chan, and you can also go onto my website, madalenecarolchan.com. So also I do with Dr. JACALYN courses on USA Global TV education platform, where it's about the power of elevated listening, from listening to your heart space, listening to your voice, attuning yourself so that you can have the life you desire and require. And that is me in a nutshell.
Whoa! Thank you, Dr. Chan. Woohoo! So for me, I'm known as the Harley Street stress expert, and I help people literally bust their stress, And I work with root cause therapy, literally breaking down the patterns and identifying the patterns of what create your physical, emotional, mental, and behavioral stress. And what I mean by behavioral stress is if it turns up in your relationships, if you're feeling different person, different name, different place, but same things coming up, this is behavioral stress. And we all have stuff that goes on in our life that we don't handle. And it depends on how it affects us. For some people, it's aches and pains. For some people, they have stress, anxiety, depression, so they're very up in the mind. For some people, they're physically, emotionally exhausted. So it depends on how it affects you. Some people walk around and say, I'm not stressed, but then in their conversation, they'll say they're not sleeping, they have an achy pain here and there, they've got a relationship that's not working. So that's how the stress is manifesting in their life. And I help you break through the pattern that's causing that stress using root cause therapy and chakra psychology, how the mind and body connects and what happens to the person physically, emotionally, mentally, behaviorally. And that's the symptom that they reach out and ask me that they need help with. How do I do that? I do it in consultations, and I also teach practices to move from head to heart so that you move into a place of inner peace. I offer a free consultation over the phone, which you can reach me on nomorestress@live.co.uk to book it in, or you can call me on +44 if you're international. If you're local, 07523 120 189. Also, I'm offering a special introductory hour consultation for £49, of which 15 minutes will be free and the 45 minutes will be the special introductory price. And that today is something that I'm offering to anybody that wants to do more work with me and have a deeper experience of breaking through and busting their stress. So I'm Caroline HEWARD, the Harley Street stress expert. So let's move on to our topic tonight. Our topic for a Woman's Prerogative show, which is the glamorous life in television. So let's look at how and what we're feeling about the glamorous life in television. And I'd like to start off with Dr. Chan, because you said something that I think will intrigue the viewers. You said you lead from the heart and everything you do is from the heart. So your glamour, from what I can feel, is from your heart. And we have glamorous. We can say glamorous in all sorts of ways, thinking our hair, our makeup. And actually, we can have a glamorous heart and a heart-filled heart. We can be glamorous on television, coming from our heart space. And when I see videos of you, Dr. Chan, in your singing and in all your glory, you look exceedingly exceptional to me, and I'm thinking, whoa, I could do that. I really would like to do that. So you just come alive. So please share with us a little bit about your glamorous voice and how you shine in television and when you're doing your recordings and when you're singing and helping people doing their song for their life.
You've really researched this one, haven't you, Caroline?
No, I haven't. It's just come out of
all of that. Okay, let's rewind a little bit. First and foremost, let me say, I still am a singer, but when I was signed to a record label, the Glamorous voice and the Glamorous life was learning, going to the studio, going to the gym, making sure that you look good, because you're a product. You're a product out there. You're no longer a person. You're actually the product, and you have a certain way you have to present yourself. And if you wanted to have a bit of a lazy day, you couldn't. You had to do a lot of preparation, ready for the cameras, ready for the filming, ready for the photo assignment, ready for the interviews. And you had people teasing your hair here, makeup here. At the same time they're doing your hair, they're doing your makeup, one of them doing your nails, and you're like, I feel like I'm an octopus. I don't even feel like me anymore. And you think that's glamorous? Is that glamorous? And then you've got hairspray going, and it's going in your face. And then someone's spraying your perfume, and you're like, oh my God, it's just too much. So you're choking like crazy. And then you've got a singing teacher that's been assigned to you, wanting you to actually do the scales while you've got hairspray going everywhere, perfume going everywhere, and you're getting choked. Is that glamorous? I don't think that's glamorous at all. So that is what you will call the glamorous life within within being a singer out there, being on a production, a proper video production. That's nowhere glamorous. And it's amazing how so many people want to have this kind of life. Really think again. So I have the beauty and the balance of the glamorous life now. I get myself ready. Whereas before I get myself ready, I just go into my own quiet, sacred moment. And also the perfume, I make my own perfumes, and I make my own body oils, moisturizer, because the reason why I do that is because I know there's no animals have been tested, therefore I haven't got that vibration attached to it, that energy. Plus, I've got no chemicals. It's all natural. Plus, the most important, when I'm creating that Pacific massage oil that's going to beautify me, make me glamorous, I feel glamorous, and I give thanks to all the ingredients that have gone into that. So that, to me, is the glamour. And the makeup I use, it's cruelty-free. So I would say I have the best of both worlds now. Okay, I don't have cameras going on every 2 minutes going and people teasing my hair and hairspray in my face and everything. But you know what? I really enjoy the life I'm in now, rather than the life that I was when I was signed record artist. So I just love my life now because I have the freedom. I have the freedom to be as glamorous as I want to be, or not glamorous.
Thank you, Dr. Chan. That's just an extraordinary share of what we might think is glamorous in terms of all the studio stuff. But what I've seen of you in terms of your videos, your song, your voice is absolutely beautiful. And that's the glamour that you shine on television. So moving from the preparation to the product, because that's what you're talking about, the product. And the product, after you've gone through all of that preparation, is you singing in such a unique and creative way and bringing out your heart, which is very glamorous. It's very on point in terms of who you are and what you're being. And that's what I see and hear. And that's what I wanted to share with you, that yes, I'm sure that the celebrity lifestyle of getting prepared is not so glamorous. And there is a way to do it. I've got some filming to do for a course next Friday. And yes, it's next Friday. And the cameraman said, bring your makeup, because sometimes the lights make you look a little dark under the eyes. And I thought that was really interesting, because that's a man that's telling me that, not a woman. So, but, that's the preparation. I'm actually thinking about, sort of the actual product of the course and sharing that and the message. And the message feels much more glamorous than the preparation. I'm dreading the preparation, but the actual product of being seen and sharing your gift, I feel, is the glamour. It is what lots of people see you as, the role model. What are your thoughts, Dr. Chan?
Thank you for that. I'm overwhelmed, Caroline. I really am. I've never really looked at my voice as glamorous, for glamour. I just feel it's of the soul. It's my soul voice. From everything that I've been through, and I won't go into detail, the only person or the only thing that made sense to me, because I never expressed myself, was through my singing voice. Everything, all my emotions was put into my singing voice rather than projecting out to someone or to anyone. So I just put all my emotions in expression of the inner voice. So glamorous, I think it's nice that you're calling it glamorous.
It is. It is.
For me,
I'm going to give you that as a compliment.
Yeah, that is it's a compliment, but thank you for that. But for me, it's my soul, it's my heart, it's my essence. It's my essence of who I am. Yeah,
that's the product. It's beautiful.
Thank
you, Dr. Chan. Well, Mariska, what about you? How do you share your glamour on TV? The glamorous life of you being in television, how does that pan out for you in terms of, because you're on a lot of shows, aren't you? How does that relate to you, and how do you feel when you are in television in that glamorous role, because people were looking up to you?
I'm appreciating this point of view for the glamorous life within television. And Madalene, thank you for sharing the pulling into a few thousand different directions. As you were describing the getting ready for a record label filming, I literally could feel that octopus being pulled into so many different directions, going, oh, it's gonna rip at some point, not great. And understanding that within each occupation, within each thing that we do, there's so many different elements that some of them we might not like, right? There might be stuff that it doesn't feel great to do them. And personally, I think I will skip what you did, Dr. Chan, and not go for any record labels. It sounds scary. So my personal take on it. On my side of things, so regardless the preparation piece of it, more the in front of the camera piece of it, I think one of the elements that, and I remember saying that to our twins when they were little as well, remembering that humans are humans, no matter where we see them or maybe how it is that they present in any given place or form, they're still human, right? They still do things that we all do. They need to eat, they need to go to the bathroom, they need to do all of these other things, sleep preferably also. So it's interesting, Caroline, you mentioned being looked up to. And that's something that I continuously remind my leaders, because we forget. We forget that other people, by the position we hold or by the things we do, look up to us for what it is that we're doing, because we don't feel different. We don't feel or think about it differently. It's something I do. It doesn't make me all of a sudden, I don't know, turn into Brad Pitt or whatever celebrity. And even for them, yes, they have celebrity status and they are still human. They still struggle with the same stuff the rest of us have to go through. They still have the same insecurities and still have all of those sort of feelings coming up every now and again for whatever reason. The same all of us have. So that's something that I need to remind myself of the fact that there is a looking up to, and that, yes, I am also still human. So the still human piece, that's easy for me. I never forget that piece. But reminding myself that sometimes there might be people that see me on USA Global TV and radio, and they think, oh yeah, that person that I saw there. And they have all these stories going on, and because of the stories going on, they might think, yeah, it's not for me to reach out. And I'm still human. I am literally like the rest of you. I sleep, I eat, I drink, I have feelings. And some of them sometimes does not make sense. Just the same as some of yours sometimes do not make sense. So I'm not sure whether that answers the glamorous piece of things. I think we can polish it up or as much or as little as we want to make it feel glamorous for ourselves.
I'm in total agreement with you, Mariska, because we are.
You got onto a really good point.
We are still human, and it's important
Absolutely
to know that even though we're behind the camera, there is still that humanness that's going on. But one of the things I'd like to share on the glamour side, because my background is marketing, I'm a chartered marketer. So I trained in marketing and PR, and we were trained to be able to speak to TV presenters and to respond in the right way in terms of my training. And I've also done some broadcasting, sort of interview type training. And although I didn't ever think that I would land up doing this, a sort of a part of my marketing and PR was the fact that I had to do that kind of training. And one of the things that I can say is that when you are in front of the TV and on this channel, and that you are found, that in itself is glamorous to other people, because other people will see that, and it's all about perspective. We might not feel that it's glamorous in terms of our own internal perspective because we're putting a lot on show. But the fact that we are putting a lot on show, other people, they have that insight that it is glamorous. Oh, you must lead a nice lifestyle. You're on TV and, I can just check your videos. I have a friend actually who's a musician, bless him, and he watches all the videos, and he turns around and said, what you said was very good. You've got a lot of great stuff that you share. And, even my mum has shared with me, and I think it's because we are there putting ourselves out in the public domain, and that perception is glamorous. It's just like, sort of a movie star. I saw a little clip last night, and it was talking about Marlon Brando. And I can't remember who it was now. I think it was Jackie Collins. And I can't remember which. I just flicked a channel and I saw a bit of Jackie Collins. And she was talking about, having stars round to her flat. And she said that Marlon Brando came round and she was going, she was drooling. And then she said, how do you manage it? And he said, I hate acting. I can't stand it. And, Marlon Brando, I mean, he's like sort of really cool, and he was like really hip in my time. And yet he hated it. But yet he was the sex symbol and the star of everything. He was everybody's idol, everybody's pinup. And yet he hated it. So it's about, I feel, the perception that other people have of you, that celebrity lifestyle is glamorous. And it's seen as very glamorous because we are putting ourselves in the limelight and we're sharing our gifts, we're sharing our soul, and we're sharing our heart and our knowledge, our wisdom. And other people are not feeling that comfortable to do that, or they're not in that place to do what we're doing. And that's what the perception is, that the lifestyle of a celebrity and a TV presenter is glamorous. But, what we've actually covered or unearthed as we've been sharing is that there is the preparation, there is the getting the studio ready. But I feel that perception is projection. When somebody puts on you that they see it as glamorous. So I see George Michael as being, when he was alive, really glamorous. And yet he was very unhappy in his lifestyle. And just like you shared, Mariska, I do feel that, it's we are all human, and we still do all the human things. It's what we're doing is, as a television presenter, we're putting ourselves out there and to the outside world, that is glamorous. So their perception is that it is very glamorous, and they don't realize that there is some setup. But the other thing that I do want to share, and I just want a quick short fire of share, that my social media is filled with TV shows that I'm on. And so I'm looking like the TV star. And I don't know about you, but that is starting to look very glamorous to the external world, that I'm always on TV. And I remember my beautiful mentor who recommended me to be on USA Global TV. He shared with me, he said, "You're on TV every night. What's going on? You've become an overnight celebrity." So what are your thoughts, Mariska, about the social media side and the perception of how other people see that you're always on TV, sharing your gifts and your wisdom and your knowledge?
Caroline, it's an apt observation, and I really appreciate the fact that, yes, it is perception. It's almost the same as, I don't know if you remember while you were still studying or just going from school into work, we had this idea of it's going to be like this and be like that. And then you start doing it, and then you find out that there's sucky bits. And it doesn't always have all these wonderful things in it that we thought it had. And I think the whole television and being on social media thing is the same. There's a lot of, we look at people posting all these wonderful things, and they have all these wonderful posts that they put out, and videos and blogs and you name it, whatever it is that you find interesting. And we forget the amount of work that goes into it. Even for a very, very short video, there's so much work that goes into that to actually get it out there. And I think for me, the behind the scenes has given me an appreciation of what goes into it. It also reminds me, and thank you for that again, Caroline, that perception piece. The other people looking at it, they have a specific idea of it, or they might perceive it in a specific way. And yes, having loads of shows on YouTube and our social media, I did not think about this, but yes, it might then become a very glamorous episodes of, and not really thinking about it in that way, because we are behind the scenes producing all of these wonderful things. So it is one of those paradoxes that we continuously need to keep. I don't know whether balance is the right word for it, but keep both of them in mind at the same time. I don't know about you, Dr. Chan. How have you experienced it from a social media point of view?
I feel that with the social media, because I haven't been a very good social media person. I've only just kind of joined social media in 2020, really, during COVID. That's when I was really introduced to LinkedIn and Facebook and Instagram, because I had other people doing it for me before when I was signed up and everything. So, and when I was marooned on the island, it didn't really matter, the social media, because I was marooned on the island and I used all the contacts there. It was almost like we were in a bubble. But since joining USA Global TV and Radio and evolving and growing, yeah, it's my social media, especially the LinkedIn, has really grown and expanded. As far as, and there's a lot of creative content. I mean, with Talking Heads, I'm on about 45 episodes now, and I was looking at that, I was thinking, goodness me, I've done a lot here. I didn't even realize. And some of them are some good viewership, and some are like, oh my gosh, only 10, what's going on there? But that's because it's my fault, because I mean, Caroline's amazing. The fact that she really is, how she promotes, how she does the posts, how she prepares her audience, how she prepares her readership, her listeningship, you know. And this is an area that I'm starting to learn. So it really helped when Dr. Jacalyn asked us all to participate and do a 55 seconds or just under, promoting each week the topic of conversation for a woman's prerogative. And that was a learning experience for me, because I've always been scared about doing something, for recording something. It's always been live, everything live. Recording in the studio, fine. But for me, yeah, for social media, I would say it's really working, but I can work it to an advantage even more, as long as I remain always who I am. If I get in any way where I become false with it, where I become bigoted, when I become thinking myself superior to anyone, that's when it's time to hang the coat up, close down the computer, and go off in nature.
Thank you, Dr. Chan. What I'd like to also share is that because we're very visible, and that's the bit on social media, because we're very visible. And it was amazing to hear how many videos that you've checked out on. I haven't checked my number, but you know, the number of videos on YouTube. We are now more visible as TV presenters and in television. And that visibility is perceived as glamorous, you know, and I feel that it takes a lot of courage to stand out and do the television work, because it means that we have something to share, something to give. And I always talk about it as my legacy. I like to give a legacy to people after I've gone, long after I've gone, that the teaching, the things that I've shared leaves a legacy for people to always find help. And I feel that that's what is glamorous about being on USA Global TV and Radio. And obviously, wonderful producer in the back behind the scenes tonight, our wonderful Dr. Jacalyn, is very glamorous and leads from the stage of that glamorous space of television. And certainly,
I agree.
When I first joined the show, I was actually thinking, oh my gosh, I don't think I've got enough dresses. Thinking that I'd have to be in like sort of all my long frocks. But we are shortly coming to the end of our show. Can you believe it? We really have come right to the end pretty much. So we have a couple of minutes to do a short fire shot of who you are, what you do, how you help people, and giving your contact details. So we'll start off with Mariska. for our new viewers especially, who you are, what you do, and how they can reach you.
I am MARISKA, and if you are a leader or stepping into leadership and you want to bring a little bit more humanness into your leadership experience and help your team, do reach out, and you can do that via my email, which is mariska@journey2discover.com, or alternatively, you can reach me on LinkedIn. Just connect and we can start our conversation.
Thank you, Mariska. That was really short and surefire.
Woo!
Jan, please tell our viewers, our new ones especially, a little bit about who you are, what you do, and how to contact you.
All right, then. If you want to be in contact with me, Dr. Madalene Chan, just go on my website, madalenecarolchan.com. Or if you want to be connected with your creative heart awakening, then all you got to do is call me up, and I'll be there, and I'll bring out your creative genius in you. Call me up. Call me on LinkedIn. Get me on there, Dr. Madalene Chan. There you go.
Woohoo!
I didn't plan that. I just felt it in my heart just to do it. I thought, and I had a bit of a battle with my mind thinking, are you sure about it? Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Okay, I'll do it.
That's what I mean about that beautiful heart being glamorous. Because I definitely couldn't do that. Thank you, Dr. Chan. So it's now down to me to tell you what I do. So I'm known as the Harley Street stress expert, and I help people bust their stress. Some people say they're not stressed, but it's whatever you are complaining about that is your stress. So whether you're complaining about that relationship, whether you're complaining about physical ache and pain, or that you're not sleeping, that's how your stress is manifesting in your body. I offer a free consultation. Please reach out to me on nomorestress@live.co.uk, or call me on +44 if you're international, if you're local, 07523 120 189. And I help people bust through their stress and break through the patterns of what causes their stress using root cause therapy and chakra psychology, how the mind and body connects and what happens to the person physically, emotionally, mentally, behaviorally when there's an imbalance. And the imbalance is the symptom. It's what you're complaining about. And I offer short and very quick solutions to break through what's causing your stress. Well, we are now at the end of our show, and it's been a hoot. It's been fun looking at the glamorous side of being a television presenter. And Dr. JACALYN in the background dropped me a message to say that I'm also an expert correspondent for the UK. So thank you, Dr. JACALYN, for the reminder. That's another nice little title that I've earned in the last couple of days. It has been an absolute pleasure to host the show tonight for you, wherever you are in the world. Especially our E360 viewers, if you're here for the first time, please do come back. We're here every Monday, 7 p.m. GMT time and 2 p.m. Eastern time. I look forward to sharing more with you next week, same time on a Monday. And now I have great pleasure in handing over to our sponsors. Our sponsors are what helps us bring our shows together to you every week. And I look forward to seeing you next Monday. Have a wonderful week. Bye-bye for now, and over to our sponsors.
USA Global TV and Radio, in partnership with Dr. JACALYN LLC, present Amazon #1 best-selling author, Dr. JACALYN KERBECK. Dr. JACALYN KERBECK is a certified life, career, and executive coach who teaches people how to listen at an elevated level through her courses and her books. Dr. KERBECK teaches her clients how to open their hearts and express themselves through their creative genius. In her children's book series, The Amazing Adventures of Lady Ella, the listening mentor, Dr. KERBECK teaches children and their families how to listen at an elevated level. Dr. KERBECK has worked with clients across the world to guide them in how to express themselves and communicate at a highly effective level. Join our team of elevated listeners so you can listen without judgment, without providing a solution, without interruption, and without stealing the stage. To order your books today, go to drjacalyn.com or Amazon.
This program is brought to you in part by the British School of Excellence and founder, Mr. Philip Sykes. Building confidence, changing lives. Do you share our view that etiquette is a set of modern life skills that are essential for personal and professional success? Join us as an etiquette coach and change people's lives through the power of etiquette and manners.
The last few days have been really amazing. I had a trainer course from the British School of Etiquette.
And I must say it's been one of the best decisions I've ever made and one of the best investments I've made in my own training and development.
Now, words alone will not describe the transformation and the positive path that I have traveled with the British School of Etiquette.
I find I learned a lot from the lessons this time I came.
The last few days with the British School of Etiquette have been fantastic.
And what I've learned now is really beyond my expectations.
This is the most rewarding experience and the best investment I have made this year.
It was just great. I learned so much, and when I go back to Belgium I will incorporate a lot of it into my day-to-day life and business.
It's been absolutely wonderful for the whole week that we were here.
I feel transformed, and I feel like blowing a trumpet and tell people, come and do this school. This class is the best. This is the best school ever.
You should take it. It will change your life immediately.
I am now able to teach other people how to bring the best of them.
Thank you.
Thank you, PREEZ.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you to our clients for their testimonials on the Train the Trainer program. Our exponential and global growth is so significant that we've evolved from the British School of Etiquette to the British School of Excellence, where we're investors in people. Let us invest in you and your career. Contact us to become an etiquette coach. Go to thebritishschoolofexcellence.com. Start your career and elevate your success today. I just can't take it anymore. I am so tired. I am so frustrated and burnt out. Why won't anyone listen to what I have to say? Yet I look on social media and everybody's smiling and having a great time. Meanwhile, I feel totally alone with my world rushing by. Guess what? Great news. You have a choice. You can change the dynamic by learning how to listen at an elevated level yourself through the power of listening educational courses. Can you imagine from where you are today to having a life overflowing with abundance? It's possible. Learn how to listen at an elevated level. You'll have deeper connections, better relationships, and more authentic conversations. Start today. Go to usaglobaltv.com, education, and learn how to listen. We have courses and children's books. Let's work together to learn how to listen. This program has been brought to you in part by Zane Carson Carruth, etiquette and protocol expert, international award-winning author, television show host, and philanthropist. Thank you to Zane, our official diamond sponsor for USA Global TV and Radio in partnership with E360 TV. Zane is the author of The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever, as well as many other children's books. She's also the television host of Elegance, Polished Demeanor, and Posh Living, seen on USA Global TV and Radio.
Hi, my name is Zane Carson Carruth, and I'm the author of this book, The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever.
Reading is magic. Studies have shown that reading to your children lays the foundation for greater success in life. Reading helps develop language and vocabulary skills. It helps improve memory, and it encourages curiosity and inspires creativity. The benefits are immeasurable, and as a parent, you'll benefit too. In only 10 or 15 minutes a day, you'll be creating more memories and a bonding experience that will last for years to come. So take time to read to your children. Read them books about things that engage and interest them. Tales of fairies and magic fascinate children, and as everyone knows, the Tooth Fairy is at the top of the list. If your child loves magic, wands, adventure, and what child doesn't, you'll love reading them books from the trademarked series The World's First Tooth Fairy Ever. Follow along as Abella, the world's first tooth fairy, accidentally starts the tooth fairy tradition. Learn the tricks of being a professional tooth fairy in the book Abella Starts a Tooth Fairy School. Your child's imagination will soar as you read the adventures of Abella and her magic wand. These wonderful books are available at worldsfirsttoothfairy.com and at Amazon, Barnes & Noble, and Walmart.
To learn more about Zane, contact her through her website, zanecarruth.com, ZANECARRUTH.com. Order Zane's books and merchandise. Contact her about being a keynote speaker at your next event.